Welcome to the Berkshires. We just got to my dad's house and I wanted to take you along on the journey today because I was thinking about when I lived here a few years ago. Oop, big sun glare. Hold on a second. Okay, better. But yeah, I was thinking about when I lived here a few years ago, and when I was here, I mean, it's the Berkshires. It's beautiful, lots of nature, and I spent a lot of time outside. And I think that because of that, I was inspired to write and create like pretty often. If I really think about it, and if I'm really honest with myself, I was the most devoted to my craft and my writing when I was living up here in the Berkshires. I made it a priority to write pretty much every single day. I was writing a lot of poetry. I was writing a lot of creative nonfiction and short stories. I was just so deeply immersed in my craft and being a writer. And I think I can attribute a lot of that from being surrounded by nature and feeling so grounded and present. It's really, really hard not to feel those things when you are in nature every single day. So just wanted to bring you up here, take you on the journey. We're just going to hang out here for the day, spend a couple hours, and yeah, maybe it will, maybe I'll feel some inspiration from being here. We are taking a walk right now. This is a walk that I used to take almost every day when I lived up here. And so yeah, we're out here finding inspiration, going for a walk. Welcome to my favorite lake of all time. When I lived at my dad's, I walked here pretty often. Anytime I took this walk, I came down here. That was my destination, was this lake. And I would just come and I would sit here and I would be mindful, or I would write. And I really think a lot of my inspiration came from these moments of just being present in nature and taking a walk and being by this lake. So I'm glad we took the time out of our day to come down here. It's really nice. And something else that I wanted to talk about in this video was just that I'm recovering from burnout. And I'm recovering from burnout in general, really. And I'm working through it with my therapist, but I'm also really recovering from creative burnout too. And I know that a lot of you can relate because I've talked to some of you about it. Sometimes it can just be really, really hard to get into a creative flow and feel inspiration and feel motivation to create at all. And for about a year, I was feeling completely disconnected from my creativity, from poetry. I just didn't want to create at all. And I was putting so much of my time and energy at that time into being an entrepreneur that I think that was burning me out also. And so it kept me from wanting to create for myself. And so since I've been working with a therapist on it, and since I've been working at a full-time job, and kind of taking a break from, being an entrepreneur, I feel that inspiration starting to come back again, which is why I'm back on YouTube. And I just wanted to share that because the creative journey isn't always perfect, and we do come up against blocks and burnout, and it can feel really, really disheartening. Like there was a while there that I was thinking, am I even supposed to write anymore? Am I even a writer anymore if I can't get myself to write? If I don't have the fire in me to sit down and write a poem? If when I try, nothing comes out? What does that mean about me? I really want to start documenting my creative process on here as a creative outlet. It feels nice to slowly step back into my creativity in this way. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this beautiful lake with my husband. I think one of the most important things that I'm learning in my phase of recovering from burnout is that you can't put pressure on yourself. Like even just now, I brought my tote with my journal and I was going to journal or write poetry or something while we were down at the lake, and I pulled out my notebook and I was like, it's not happening today. I just wanted to go for the walk and enjoy the moment and not put pressure on myself to write. And Ryan was like, so don't. And then I realized it can be that simple. You don't have to pressure yourself if you're not feeling up to it. And pressuring yourself into creating is never going to help you on the journey. On our way home, and I get to be passenger princess this time around. Something I was thinking about is I think it's interesting that a couple years ago I wrote an article for Psychology Today about creative burnout and creative fatigue and how to get through that. So now I'm here following my own tips. Rest. My resting period was a really long time. It wasn't just about, oh, I have to rest this weekend. It was, I need to take months away from my passions and just focus on something else entirely. Spend time in nature, be mindful, yoga, things like that. And just find joy in things. That's what I'm working on now. That's what I talk about at therapy. The more joy that I find in my life, the more inspired I am to create. And by the way, if you're still watching, my Etsy shop is open as of now, so go ahead and check it out. There's sweatshirts and shirts and totes like the one that you saw me carrying around today, and I'm really proud of it and really excited to have something to offer my fellow creatives who are in bloom just like me. So that's all. I hope you like this video. If you like following along on my writing journey and you're a fellow writer or creative, please subscribe. I would love to have you in my community, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.